Hello everyone, this is Teodora with Theo's Diary, and today I would like to talk to you about one of the most important things that I've learned before I turned 30. So, as we know, in life, many times as we progress in life, as we go forward, we oftentimes get solicited or unsolicited advice, many times unsolicited, I would say. And growing up, we don't really know which one to believe, which one not to believe, and which one will be good and which one will not be so good in the end. One of the advices that I got from a quite early age from my mother was be nice to people and treat them the way you would like them to treat you. And if you will be nice with them, they will be nice to you. And if they will do something to you, it's because you aren't nice enough or you aren't good enough to them. Some of you might already know, some of you might still figure it out, but that's not exactly how things work. And just because you're nice to people doesn't mean they will be nice to you back. And just because you do nice things to people doesn't mean they will do nice things to you back. And just because you have people's back always, for example, you have friends that you really care about and you really love them and you really want the best for them, it doesn't necessarily mean they will want the same for you, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they will have your back like you had their back, and it doesn't necessarily mean they will always be there for you like you would be there for them. Not even mention people that will bully you despite you not doing anything for them, anything to them, better said. People will just be mean with you for no reason, or not a reason that you are aware of, at least, because they will not even communicate with you to tell you that you did something that might bother them, or that you, I don't know, sometimes they will just not like you because they don't like the way you look, or maybe you remind them of somebody that they didn't like in the past, or somebody that maybe did them dirty in the past, but you're not the same person, so they shouldn't treat you like that. But sometimes it's gonna happen, and you will be confused. You will be like, why do you have so much problems with me? I didn't do anything to you. But they will refuse to communicate to you, they will refuse to tell you why, and they will refuse to give you any clarification or any clarity about this. And you will be very confused, and you will be like, why do you do this? I didn't do anything to you. And this question sometimes will be unanswered, and you just have to accept it. That's the lesson that I'm talking about today. You need to accept sometimes things as they come, because sometimes you just cannot change them, and you cannot force people to be nice to you, you cannot force people to be understanding, you cannot force people to be communicative with you, and you cannot force people to try to find a better way. If they don't want to, you cannot do anything about that. So I pretty much went from one idea to another, but I'll be right back. So specifically what I want to emphasize in this video is sometimes you will care a lot about some people, and sometimes you will think they care about you as much as you do, but you will probably quite often in life have the surprise, the not so pleasant surprise, to realize that you never meant for those people as much as they meant to you. Maybe I'm going to talk mostly about friendships, because for me friendships were more important. Obviously, if I would have had a relationship, that would have been important too, but I always prioritized friendships over relationships, especially in the first part of my life, because I wanted to first know me as a person, to know exactly what I want from life, because I think it's not really fair to get into a relationship with somebody if you don't really know what you want, and you don't know that's the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, because these things hurt. So obviously, because I was raised to treat people like I would like to be treated, I wouldn't like people to lead me on. So I didn't lead people on. If I wasn't sure, I just let them be free and go and find somebody they liked, and they liked them back, because I didn't think it would be fair for them. To some extent, I can say people probably did the same with me, but I cannot be sure, because they didn't communicate to me like I communicated to those people and let them know what's going on. They just pretty much ghosted me. So they practically did lead me on a little bit, because they gave me the impression that there is something more happening and we are developing something that can transform into a relationship, and then out of the blue they ghosted. So I haven't been treated exactly like I treated them, but back to friendships. There were friendships that went really well, and I thought this might be a friendship for life. You know, we will grow old being friends. We will catch up often. We will talk to each other. We will tell each other stuff. We will update each other on each other's life, and you just realize for those people you were just a passenger in their life, and they already were thinking in all this time that your friendship is getting close to the end. And it's disappointing, because when you think about how much that person meant to you and how much you saw that person as a sibling, it's disappointing to see that they didn't think the same about you this entire time, maybe. And they always thought about you of, yeah, this is nice for now, until I find somebody I think I resonate better with. So that's one of the most important things that I've learned in my 30 years of life. You need to be quite cold, to be honest. You don't need to put too much heart into it, and you need to give people exactly as much as they give you, emotionally, materially, talking, service-wise, acts of service. You need to give them exactly how much they give you, nothing more and nothing less either, because I do not support doing and giving less than you receive. But sometimes I understand that there are moments in which maybe the person cannot offer you the same amount of time or energy or anything back, because not everyone can do the same. But if you know the person can, and if you know the person did in the past, and suddenly it stopped, you know, they just don't want to anymore. Not that they didn't have them or just couldn't, they just didn't care anymore. So that's why it's good to make sure that you do only as much for people as they do for you, not more, and to care as much as they care about you, not more. And it's tough. I'm still learning this. Because some people are just naturally giving, not necessarily material wise, but with time, with energy, and it's hard for us to just give and be less than we are. But it's a lesson that we need to learn. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. If you have suggestions for next videos, you can let me know in the comments, and please subscribe and maybe like this video, and hope I'll see you in the next one.